This is the plaintiff, Tamara Santos. She says she was hired by the defendant to shoot a music video, did an exemplary job, and the louse refuses to pay her for her services. The hack doesn't have a leg to stand on today in court. She knows it, he knows it, and soon the judge is gonna know it. She's suing for $900, the amount she's owed. This is the defendant, Dominic King. He says the plaintiff's an unprofessional faker who knows nothing about shooting a music video. His mouth was flapping and the sound was coming out 4 seconds later. Nothing was in sync. Besides, he has no idea where the plaintiff's coming up with this crazy $900 figure he owes her, and he can't wait for his day in court to defend himself. He's accused of vexing a videographer.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff shot a music video for the defendant and got stiffed. But the defendant says she's a hack and the audio didn't even match the video. It's the case of Roll That Funky Music Video.
Thank you, Douglas. Tamara Santos, you are suing Dominic King for $900. Your day rate for a job you did for him as a director and cinematographer work. You're going to tell me all about what that is, that he didn't pay you for. Tell me what's going on.
So on March 5th, the defendant posted a Facebook ad on a group that we both are part of, saying he's looking for a crew to shoot his music video in Paris, France. The payment would come in form of a trip to France with the lodging paid for, and then the trip, of course. I then replied to his email with my reel. He said he loved my work. We met in person. We started working on the project from there.
So what was the agreement that you guys had, that you would be paid by a trip to Paris to shoot the music video? And what is your role in that music video?
I was at the time an artist, a singer.
Oh, okay. All right, and you were producing it yourself and putting it all together yourself?
I came up with the idea, the basis for the idea for the video. Well, the first time that I met Tamara, I essentially gave her that idea that I had, and she sort of brought it to life.
Okay. So so go on.
Well, so we met in person. He showed me the song, and then we started working from there. We decided that shooting in Los Angeles would be best to optimize the time in France, so we shoot his performance element in a hotel room in Los Angeles, and then finish the video in Paris, France, where we would match the exteriors. Okay. But after we shot the music video, the performance element in Los Angeles, after he got an editor, he edited it, and after he got the footage back, he just wouldn't communicate with us about the rest of the trip.
Who's us?
That would be me and the producer.
Okay. Was there anybody else who worked on that day?
Yes, there was a gaffer, an AC, and a makeup artist.
Was he communicating with them, or you don't know them?
And I didn't know the makeup artist. I know the gaffer and the AC. I don't think he was communicating with them.
Okay, so what happens? What day do you shoot? The day in LA is on what day? I
believe it was sometime in March. I would like to say it was March 27th. Okay. I'm not sure, but I have it on file.
So you're under the impression on that day, is there talk about when to go to France?
And on that day, I have several text messages saying that we would finish that performance element and then start talking about going to France.
So did anybody actually start talking about going to France?
Oh yeah, we talked about it the whole time.
Dates?
He never gave us any dates.
Okay, so March, then April. Are you questioning him and saying, hey, when are we going to France? I got a plan.
Every month.
And what happens?
And at first he said, my job is sending me to New York. I can't do it. And then he said he's got sick. And then from time to time he wouldn't answer me. And to the point when in May I questioned him, and then he says, don't think I'll be getting tickets. There's been a huge change in plans, and we should get on the phone and talk soon.
Okay, so did you get on the phone and talk soon?
And I texted him. I said that there would be a break contract and he should talk to the producer about it. I wanted to have everything on text message to be documented.
Okay. So can I see the original contract that the two of you entered into?
Yeah.
And what was the work that you were going to be doing?
I was playing the role of cinematographer and director, and I brought in my gear too, which I had a $200 fee for it.
And by cinematographer and director, break that down into somebody?
Of course.
Go ahead.
And so, as the director, I brought Dara's idea into a music video format. I designed a director's treatment. I did a shot list. I even did press kit material so he could help, like I could help him fundraise money for the trip. And with the producer, I helped her budget it out. We did all the pre-production. I went on a scout day. It was basically 1 week of work that I dedicated to this project.
Okay. Now, there is an employment contract that says terms and conditions of employment. There's something else you've handed me. Was that authored at the same time as this?
I'm
And
sorry.
signed at the same time as this?
Yeah.
It's all right, so what this says is that you're charging $900 per day, and then total sum of pay $4,500, and then there's an asterisk, and it says, to be paid in travel expenses determined by executive producer and producer. Okay, and the producer is the other person who you've been talking to who says she also had, she or he?
She, Caroline.
Hasn't
And
been
I'm the
here.
executive.
So what happened? What were the big change in plans?
Well, you know, I came to LA about 4 years ago from Texas, and I came as an actor and a singer, but I kind of always knew that I didn't really want to like do the singing thing like for real anyway. And you know, for the majority of my life, I had done work in the field of A&R, just never called it that. So I kind of
What's field in the field of
A&R,
A&R
I'm sorry,
means what?
artist and repertoire. It's essentially someone who finds and develops talent.
Right, so a behind-the-scenes person.
Behind-the-scenes person, yes, which is where I was just more comfortable. And I, you know, life happened, and it kind of just started walking in that purpose. Never stopped really fully doing music from an artist standpoint, but you know, I started walking in that purpose, and so all of this. I mean, if I may continue to elaborate, as far as the contract is concerned, and I told her this, and she acknowledged this herself and through text message. When I signed this contract, I was very aware of the specific term where it says, as far as the Paris trip itself, that it was to be determined, TBD, that there was no date in which that I was supposed to or I had to.
Right, but according to the text, you told her we're not going to Paris. So it's not like you're going to Paris next week and she's itchy, and you sent her a text when saying
That was
big change in plans.
Yeah, that was in May, and then most recently he said, I don't. What I'm trying to say is that I can't do the Paris thing right now or in the foreseeable future.
Right now.
So what do you think that she's gonna? But you got her to work in California. That'd be fine if she was saying, "Hey, I want to get paid even though I didn't work because I want to get paid because I signed a contract and I should get the benefit of my bargain." And you were to say, "Well, it didn't work out." She knows that it was. You'd have a better footing, but you actually squeezed work out of her, and then it's free for you.
Well,
how would that ever in any world be fair? Particularly, who authored the contract? You or somebody else?
The producer.
Right, who's also not getting paid. But the contract is a very good contract. It says what the day rate is, and then it says you're going to be paid with a trip. So how is it that you think it would be fair or appropriate for you not to pay her day rate? She spent a lot more than 1 day. She's asking for the 1 day rate for the California, what did you call it? Performance, blah, blah, blah. That's all she's asking for.
I understand that.
She's not asking for all her brainchild beforehand, all the stuff she put. She's just asking for that 1 day because it looks like you have no intention of taking her to Paris.
Well, that would be incorrect. And as
when do you go to Paris?
I have no exact date.
There is a feeling in Hollywood, in the music business, that up-and-comers are taken advantage of by people who are established. Why is that? Why are they taken advantage of? Because it's all over the place. You've always heard about big stars who say they were taken advantage of when they were young. Why?
I think they're just trying to make it, so they'll do anything to try to make it into the...
But why are the people who are established taking advantage of them so much? Why do people do that? Is that human nature?
I guess they can make money off of them.
You can always make money, but is it human nature to take advantage of people?
I think it's greed.
Is it human nature to be greedy?
Sure.
Is it?
I think so.
Kind of sad. I wonder that. Is it human nature to be greedy?
No, I don't think it's human nature. They're just jerks. Yeah, they're just jerks trying to take advantage of people, that's all. You'll find them everywhere.
Okay, you'll find them everywhere. Going inside the courtroom.
You can't say to somebody, we didn't have a specific date, so you can wait the rest of your life.
Well, that
No.
wasn't the idea,
At some
though.
point, a judge is going to step in and is going to say what is a reasonable amount of time to wait, because the contract doesn't say what a reasonable amount of time to wait is. Now, there's a concept in the law called quantum meruit, and that means that the person is coming to court and saying, look, what I gave him had value. I'm supposed to get something of value back, and I didn't get it, so judge, figure it out. I don't even have to figure it out because you figured it out for me when you put the day rate. $900, pay the lady.
Yeah.
Well, no question in the judge's mind, the plaintiff deserves to be paid. I'm sorry, sir, you got to pay.
No, it's all right. It's okay. I kind of tried to play this thing as the gentleman and allow her to speak, and I think I got like, I don't know, maybe 6 words in. You know, her point was that I said in the text message that I wasn't going to do the shoot, but I also said in that text message I wanted to talk to her because I do, in fact, or I did before this.
Well, look, she had a valid contract.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure,
it's written in the
absolutely.
paper, so boom, you got to pay.
It's
Unfortunately, sorry.
We'll do it.
It's the way it is in showbiz.
I suppose so.
You're still in it, right?
Yeah, very much so.
Okay, very good. You must sign a few documents out back. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Plaintiff is on her way out of the courtroom. Things like this happen very often to you?
No, thanks God, but I think this is a good example for everyone that's being taken advantage of, and so they know they can fight their rights and always have a contract.
Well, obviously the contract saved you.
Yeah,
know?
it's a
and
legal
you did the
document.
right thing. You did what everybody should do. So congratulations.
Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. Thanks. Harvey?
So, Doug, there is an alternative to going to court, actually, with labor disputes. A lot of states have a labor commission, a state labor commission, and if you file a complaint with them, they can mediate some of these salary disputes. And if an employer doesn't pay within a certain period of time, the Labor Commission can attach penalties, and that kind of inhibits people from screwing employees out of money. So think about going to the Labor Commission before you go to court. That will wrap it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.